Hey, Longhorn fans, welcome to My Texas Tailgate, the Texas men's tennis version. We've got three pretty nice, Steve Bryan, I like it. We've got three pretty special Texas men's tennis players with us. We have Elliot Spizzirri, who is a freshman on the team this year, and we have Yuya Ito, who is a senior on the team this year, and then we have old man Steve Bryan,
Oh
who
man,
old
geez.
man who finished in what was your last year at on the pro with the team?
With the team in a 90.
In the 90s. That was a pretty cool year for you, I know, because you were the and that's 30 years ago, right, Steve?
Yeah,
That you were.
thanks, Bruce. Appreciate that. 30
Hey,
years.
this is a big month. May's an anniversary month for us. I think it was 30 years ago in May that Steve won the NCAA singles title, and it was 1 year ago in May that Yuya Ito clinched the first NCAA team title for Texas. And Elliot, it's a special anniversary. I didn't know if you knew this. It was a special anniversary for you and me because it was 1 year ago in May that you and I sat down and had our first face-to-face, I think. Or maybe
Was
it
that
was
at the
2 years ago, I
French
don't remember exactly. But
So funny.
that was in Paris. I sat down and tried to recruit you to Texas, and I think I did a decent job with that.
I
So
do remember that.
maybe the best accomplishment that you guys have, the thing that you share in common that I don't have, is that you actually played tennis and went to school at Texas. I consider myself very fortunate to be part of the Longhorn family, but you three lived that experience as a student athlete, and would be great to share your thoughts with each other and chat it up a little bit. So I guess I'd open it up, see if we could talk about that special moment, the most special moment in your Texas tennis career, so that you can look back on and kind of talk to us a little bit about what that meant to you. So maybe we start with Elliot. You don't have that much experience. You've only been on the team for a couple of months here, but what was your best memory of this season?
Well, first off, I loved every minute of it. Training with the guys, playing matches, it was so much fun. But if I had to pick out a moment, playing against Stanford, clinching the doubles point in front of the huge crowd we had, was probably my favorite moment this year. Yeah, just because of all the fans that came out and the energy that we had at home that day, it was pretty special. And to have my father there watching as well was it was a surreal experience. So hopefully many more big clinches like that in the future.
Elliot, so what's the feel that you have as a freshman? I can remember being a freshman at Texas and just kind of being not overwhelmed, but just being so excited about just being in the athletic department there and being around a lot of other fantastic athletes in different sports. It used to just really get me excited to want to go out and do good things for the tennis team. And I didn't know how you felt about that.
Yeah, no, it's very inspiring being around so many great athletes at once, especially with all the resources we're given from this athletic department. But coming into school, I was more nervous about the academic side than the athletics. But with the resources given, I adjusted well, and it was definitely a little bit overwhelming at first. But the energy and the culture created between the athletic department and our tennis team itself is tremendous. So I've had a great first year experience, and it all went really well.
You've been with the team now for 4 years. You've had so many special moments and accomplishments, and to read your resume would be difficult. It would fill the whole call. But what would you say would be I think I know the answer, but what would be your favorite moment as a
Well, obviously last year's, national championship is very, very big, but I think I'm gonna leave that one off because I think it's too obvious. The other favorite moment for me was when we won the conference title at home for the first time. When we hosted the Big 12 tournament in I think 2017, no 18.
18, yeah.
Yes, and when we won the tournament at home in front of a big crowd, it was. I mean, that year me and Sigs were talking about, we only want one ring. We just get one ring while we're here, and we're happy.
One ring's better than none.
Yeah, so we were just like so desperate to win it, especially at home, that we have the home court advantage, like in the tournament, in a big tournament like that. It's so nice, and yeah, that was my favorite moment when Banzer clinched the, of course, Banzer clinched the match for us and won the conference title. That's my favorite moment.
I would have gone with the team national championship moment.
Yeah, that is definitely the most favorite, but that would have
Yeah,
been
that's
too.
that's awesome. First team championship in the history of the program. I mean, what an incredible thing for the program.
Yeah,
It's
for sure,
awesome.
for sure.
What do you remember, Steve? Who did you beat in the finals when you won NCAA's?
I beat Jason Netter from UCLA.
Okay, yeah.
He took out a lot of top seeds on the other side, and we met in the finals. And it wasn't. I think the match was pretty standard, but I was still really, really nervous. I mean, I think it was like a 3-3 kind of a match, but the nerves were definitely balling up for the final.
Everyone says that going into NCAA individuals, it's so tough physically. Was it when you played? Was it the same where it was after the team event, so everyone's bodies are kind of beat up, and was the long weaker?
Yeah, I mean, it was Bruce. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we started immediately after the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that year our team was really good. I mean, we had a great team. Unfortunately, Stanford back in the day had some teams that just weren't going to lose, and we actually ran into them second round. So we were out of the team competition second round. So I had some rest, but yeah, it can be physically grueling, especially for the guys that go deep in the team.
But back then, second round meant quarterfinals, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they only in the back in the day, they only had 16 teams made the NCAA tournament. So
Yeah.
if you were making the NCAA tournament, that was a huge accomplishment just to start with.
Right.
Yeah, the teams. But we had a good team that year. Actually, that's one of my favorite memories. Is just in my time at Texas, my freshman year, we had the worst winning percentage of any team in Coach Snyder's long career. Followed by sophomore year, we had the highest winning percentage of any team in his career. So the fact that we turned it around and he tweaked a few things, and I was really happy with that we went from from last place to first place in his career.
It's quite a bounce back.
It must be pretty cool for you now to be back in Austin. When did you come back? When did you come back to Austin to run the tennis center at the UT Golf Club?
I moved back here in 2012, and then we opened the club in 2013. And it's been fun to mainly. Well, I mean, it's been fun on a lot of levels, but I love the connection with the university, and I love being able to see the teams, men's and women's teams, getting to see you, Bruce, and Howard, and Elliot, seeing seeing you young guys come in. I mean, there's some young studs on this team this year, and it's been a lot. For me, it's fun to see y'all come in and practice for a little bit. And now that you guys have a ridiculously good facility on campus, we don't see you as much, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Kind of keeps me in touch.
You've seen a lot of tennis players throughout your years on the team and being around Texas. Do you think either of these two jokers have a shot at getting there one day?
Absolutely. Yuya, I'm so bummed for you. I'm bummed for you about this year, the way it happened. Unfortunately, we're all doing what we need to do to get through this. But I know for you as a senior, that's got to burn a little bit, not being able to finish
tough.
out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was really looking forward to this season, especially for me, as a returning, national championship team. Like I wanted to do well again and, prove something again. Me and Sigs were really motivated for the season, but, we got to do what we got to do. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to turn some things around, and hopefully this gets better pretty soon. And, yeah, we can be much more free.
Yeah, I mean, what a great career
Yeah.
you've had at Texas.
Thank you.
It's been
Thank
fun
you.
watching you.
Yeah,
I think
it was
Elliot's
great.
got a little more work to do. He's built up his resume pretty good. Elliot's got a little more work to do. So
Yeah, he's got time. He's got time.
Fresh. I got a question for Steve. So obviously you had an amazing career at Texas, winning the national championship, but also as a pro tennis player following Texas. So I was wondering how you managed that transition from college tennis to pro tennis, and how you ended up doing so well, and what that
I
was.
managed it poorly at the beginning. It's a big transition, and there's a lot of good players out there. And so it took me a while to kind of get settled and get my mind right and treat it like a job. I honestly, I wasn't ready to treat it like a job and train and prepare and do the things that I needed to do to be successful. And I slowly was able to do that. I could have done better in that regard for sure, but it was it was a big step to make those changes and understand what it takes to kind of be good.
Right. Do you think so? I got asked this question the other day about college tennis and the experience and the fans and playing for a team. Do you think that really helped you when going into matches, like Grand Slam matches, where it's a lot of pressure and there's big crowds? Do you think that helped you translate whatever you had going at Texas when into the pros?
I think everything that about college tennis helped me in professional tennis.
I got a question for you, yeah.
Yes.
So following your freshman and sophomore seasons, which were great seasons nonetheless, but what do you think was the biggest change that you made that allowed you to have such a great junior and senior season as a player?
I think I realized the importance of, um, I guess, improving with your teammates, especially in college tennis. You know, it's a team sport and you're practicing with the same guys every day for the whole, basically 4 years. And at the beginning, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get better myself. You know, I'm gonna work on my tennis and get better and stuff. But I realized that, you know, communicating with the teammates, with the staff, everyone, building good relationships with them, that helped me get better, not only as a player but as a person and mentally. I guess I got matured,
Yeah.
and that really helped me get through a lot of tough moments. Yeah, in matches, like deep in the match, you know, that you have your great teammates on your side. And yeah, that really helped me, I guess me and the team have a great season in my junior year. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember
definitely.
I was lucky enough to have you clinch twice this season, where we were the last two on court and you clinched, so I didn't get the 3-all, but better
Yeah,
than
Florida and Stanford, was it?
yeah.
Stanford indoors, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and then our first match of the season too. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, I was like, during the match, I was like, okay, I don't want to leave it to a freshman that's playing the
You didn't
first
trust me.
dual match. I
Good move,
trusted you,
Julia,
but
good
like that
move.
was like it would have been, you know, a lot of pressure for you, and especially that you were playing the very first dual match. I was like, I gotta win.
I'll close this one out by myself.
Yeah, that's funny.
I have a
Steve,
question for Yuya. So it seemed like every time I would see the team practicing, you and Stiggs are hitting. Are you like? Do y'all ever get sick of practicing with one another?
Not really. I mean, we always, you know, not only that we're great friends off the court, but we love practicing with each other. You know, I think we bring each other up, and we always have fun. I know Bruce always,
I had to
you
separate
know,
them sometimes.
yeah, because we were having too much fun. But yeah, I always had a lot of fun with him, on and off the court. So yeah, I just loved hitting with him.
All right.
Yeah.
Coach, who was the biggest trash talker on the national championship team?
Oof. I would say first reaction, probably Colin. What do you think, you?
Oh, I was surprised. I thought you were gonna say Harrison for
Oh,
talking about
Harrison, yeah, Harrison or Colin, yeah, yeah. Harrison would like to, yeah, Harrison would like to intentionally needle you to get under your skin. If he would like to keep the freshmen in their place. You know, Cleve, he would try to keep Cleve down, especially. But Colin would get under their skin, probably more unintentionally. But Colin Marcus from Austin was one of the biggest success stories of our team last year, and probably one of the biggest keys to our victory. I mean, he went from his first 3 years not being in the lineup to making the lineup as a senior and being probably the best number 5 in the country. He almost never lost, and he clinched the. I think he got the point before Yuya. I think he got us to the
Yes.
third point in the NCAA championship match, but he was rock solid last year, and he matured a lot and became a really good player. And I think that experience was even more special for him since he's from Austin. But yeah, he could get under your skin a little bit, right, in practice.
Sometimes, yes.
But Harrison was different. Harrison was devious because he would do it on purpose, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I never had problems with Colin or Harrison, but yeah, I saw them getting in some beef with some of the other teammates. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about when you guys were playing? How competitive were you with each other? Because I think that's one thing that may have changed over the years. I think back in the day, guys
Yeah,
would go
for
after
sure.
each other a little bit more. Steve, what do you think? Were
I'm
you
sorry.
Were you and your teammates pretty competitive with each other when you guys played?
Yeah, I mean, our practices were pretty intense. We would get after each other. You know, we'd get after each other a little bit, but nothing too crazy. We got
Yeah.
along. Actually, the team my sophomore year we all gelled really well. You know, we had Scott Stewart at number 6, who was probably the best 6 in the country. He never lost at 6. We were just deep. We extremely deep and a lot of good players.
Do you keep in touch with
Unfortunately,
those guys?
huh?
Do you keep in touch with those guys still?
I keep it, and yeah, I would say loosely. I keep in touch with Scott a little bit. It's you know what? You're putting me on the spot. I should do a better job of that. Yeah.
Hey, you got the Zoom now. You can do it. You can get a Zoom
Right.
call with your old team.
Oh, good.
Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun to catch up. It makes me think we should do this a little more often and just keep connecting. But I think it's pretty cool to have one of the Longhorn greats and Steve and Yuya, who's either an alumni or not an alumni yet. I don't even know. And our newest recruit in addition to the team. All you guys getting together is pretty cool. So hopefully we'll all get to see each other in person again sometime soon.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks for doing it, Bruce.
All right,
Hooker.
guys. Welcome.
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 Yes.
Talk to you soon.